Hey, everybody. If you offend easily, be offended. What are you really going to do? It's all been done, it's all been said. Y'all, I might need to take a little break here. I, uh, I done went and forgot what I was taking the gabapentin for, and I'm going to slowly wean myself off, and as a result, I I'm only taking the one pill a day, and that's at night before bed. So, needless to say, I didn't sleep last night, and it's making things a bit difficult to cope today. And I can't even guarantee how I'm going to. Not that I could anyway, just I'm really not coping well today. So, and I don't want the world to have to put up with that any more than they're already putting up with everything. So, but today I'm kind of really feeling out of touch with the world around me, and it's a struggle to know how to connect. On one hand, the answer's right there, and then on the other hand, it's not that simple. Um, Today I'm kind of wondering where my fire went, where that life energy went, and I know that the mood I'm in is because I didn't sleep last night, and the body's kind of mad it didn't get its gabapentin, and my hormones are way out of whack, and I have to go see my doctor again today and find out how bad menopause is kicking my ass. So, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So I'm aware this channel's kind of out of date. This was Rose 10 years ago, and I'm trying to get, I don't know, one last hoorah out of it, maybe. Maybe I'm just trying to connect with the world around me at a safe distance because I'm aware of how out of touch I am. That the world is not the same place anymore, and it's a great sense of not belonging and a great sense of why am I even here? You know? Because I'm struggling with purpose really bad. I'm trying to figure out some things, so I'm going to go ahead and give a quick reading here, but I think I'm going to call it early and maybe take a few days to see how things go. All right? All right, folks, let's just do a reading here. As always, we're doing the Tarot of the Divine because I'm still wildly in love with this deck. It's full of folklore and mythology from around the world, so there will be mispronunciations. I apologize in advance. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Do it nicely because my husband, St. Alan, is going to be filtering them for me because obviously I can't cope with any kind of negativity. Come on now. All right, folks, what do we get? Oh, Five of Swords. Gee, okay. All right. Five of Swords. Osiris, Set, and Isis. Here, let's hold it up for y'all one more time. All right. That is Egypt and Egyptian mythology. The Five of Swords represents a fight won through deceit. Set overthrows his brother Osiris and is seen gloating over his brother's inconsolable wife Isis. While Set represents a tyrant of a victor, Isis is a defeated combatant who will eventually bring about Set's defeat. So upright, it is surrender, betrayal, bullying, violence, and crime. I thought I had a message from the universe yesterday, and it turns out that I was right in the first place to kind of, why connect with what wasn't there at all? Why reconnect with what wasn't there to begin with. And it occurs to me just how many of my former friends were all a decade younger than me. And I remember being where they are now, this bubbly, happy, positive, full of wisdom energy that a lot of them are getting. And I know that to be the second Saturn transit. But that was over a decade ago for me. Like, I'm working on that second Saturn transit right now, so a lot of things feel like a betrayal, whether or not they actually are or not. But I also am more aware of the tyrant my personality has always been. And for some reason something's missing. And we'll see what it is eventually. The Emperor is in reverse. That's not good. That looks like Arthurian legend. I don't want to stay long. I have things watering in the front yard. It is King Arthur, Britain, Celtic legend. Celtic. The Emperor is the ideal father figure, a warrior and a conqueror. King Arthur rules over his kingdom and his sometimes unruly knights with a just and firm hand. He unifies the fractious, defends the weak, and lends his knowledge and understanding to all his subjects. So in reverse, it is immaturity, pettiness, rigidity, domination, and anger. So this is me having to deal with some of my less than positive traits. And maybe that's what the big transition is. Maybe that's where that third Saturn transit wisdom comes from, because you pull out your ugly and you face it. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Who knows what I'll become on the other side. It's not like I went into this exactly white as snow either. Page of Wands in reverse. Alright, so in reverse. And I've read this one before, and I still don't know how to pronounce it. God, I really need to get around to reading to looking these up. Where's Wands? Aha. Alright, Window, Republic of the Congo, Nyanga mythology. The Page of Wands represents a childlike optimism and carefree rebellion. From Window, every situation is made fun by a swish of his magical fly swatter. He makes many enemies, but just as many friends who help him in his journey. In reverse is naivety, petulance, a lack of imagination, and pessimism. I've actually been struggling with that. I feel like my creativity has been stalled. And I'm worried about that, because that's always been a big one for me. Page of Coins in the upright position. Alright. Vivi Nida. God, I'm so sorry. Sweden, Sami deity. The Page of Coins welcomes the beginning of spring and summer, a fresh start, the end of darkness. Vivi Nida represents hope, setting up solid foundations and mental wellness. She is grounded and anticipates the bright future. God, I hope so. Uprighted is setting goals, loyalty, positivity, opportunities, and manifestation. See, that's what I'm used to being. And then it's like 2019 hit and things, I never found it again. Kind of over that. Seriously. And finally, death. That's lovely. And I know death is not death. Death is usually transition, the end of one cycle, the beginning of a new, in order for something to begin for something. Yeah. The White Bear King Valemon, Norway, Norwegian fairy tale. Death is a huge upheaval, potentially representing the death of one way of life and the start of a new one. Life changes irrevocably, and there is no way to go back. Change is necessary. The death of childhood is important in order to grow up. So, upright, it is metamorphosis, evolution, loss, transition, and change. Folks, I've been emotional on camera long enough for y'all today. That's been your reading. Bye.